Welcome back to Pounding Sand Productions. As always, I am Phil, that gatekeeper kind of guy. I'm kind of moving my microphone around as advertised, as feared. Blueberry cider starting today. Now, everything here has been sanitized with Star San, which is 1 ounce of Star San in 5 gallons of water. You dunk it, you let it air dry. So everything here, including the bags that the fruit is in, has been sanitized. That all being said, let's get going on this. This is, as we said, a blueberry cider. We're starting with 100% apple juice. And right out of the chutes, I'm thinking about the amount of fermentables I'm putting in here. I'm putting in a pound of white sugar, which apple juice on its own, with yeast added obviously, will produce an ABV of around 5 to 6%. Putting in the sugar, which is just pure cane sugar, it's going to jack that up to, in a gallon batch, mind you, jack that up to about 10%, 11% in that area. I'm using frozen blueberries here. That, without the sugar, would probably give me an ABV with the cider of around 9-10%. With the sugar, we have a possibility of pushing this up a little bit further. Now, I'm using a Cote de Blanc yeast, which is a wine and cider and mead yeast, which has a fairly high alcohol tolerance. Means I can get up to about 15% on this. I doubt that I'm going to get that much, but I'm expecting the 10 to 12 range. Using frozen berries as opposed to whole or fresh berries. This way, it speaks to my lack of ambition. Frozen berries have a wonderful way of coming out of the freezer all basically squished up, because during the process of freezing, the water crystals that are in the berries act like little ginsu knives. Remember those? No, well, you probably don't. I'm showing my age. But back in the 70s and 80s, ginsu knives, really thin, sharp knives, were all the rage. Well, the ice shards, the water crystals, act like little ginsu knives in the fruit, and basically separate it out for me. It mashes it up, so I don't have to do it. And I lost where I was at, but anyway, we'll continue on. Here's my pound of sugar. And I doubt I'll ever see getting back to the whole fresh fruit situation, I doubt I ever see myself using fresh fruit, because you don't get the same kind of flavor out of fresh fruit that you do, believe it or not, in baking and things of that nature that you do with the frozen variety. I don't know why I don't know the science behind it. I have no desire to know the science behind it. All I know is that's what it is. So I am now currently dissolving the sugar and 1 gallon of cider. And I'm also adding oxygen because I'm using just a 2 gallon I'm going to have a lot of headroom in here. I want, in primary, it's not a bad thing to have a lot of headroom because you want oxygen to get in with your yeast and doing the things that it's supposed to be doing, which is basically chewing up the sugars that are in the solution and then farting out alcohol. So, which is another reason why my incredibly long paddle has holes in it to help aerate. And now here we go. We're going to put the berries in. Now I am going to be picking up a little bit of and I've got some loose berries in here that are just going to have to go in, and I'll have to deal with that later. Where am I at? So anyway, I'm putting the berries in. I'm going to pick up some liquid water, whatever, from the berries as they thaw and as it, combines with the rest of the stuff here. This solution is going to hang out for week and a half. Then we'll pull the berries out, then we'll rack it to whatever container it will hold at that point in time, because like I said, I'm expecting to pick up some liquid here. So then with that all being said, now our Cote de Blanc yeast. Phil, why aren't you hydrating it? Because I know this yeast is good. I know this yeast is active and the majority of it is alive. So I'm just going to let it activate within the solution itself. And with that all being said, continuing on, I am going to clean this mess up, get the lid on this, and get it into fermentation station. Thanks.